The accounts payable process for Alltel prior to implementing the distiller was we had manpower employees actually doing the data entry of the invoices into our workflow system. We did not have the manpower to process the number of invoices that were coming in each month. We had approximately 5,000 invoices in our workflow that were backlogged. Basically, we had manpower to staff to work 250 invoices per day, which left us with a couple of thousand that we weren't able to touch because of lack of manpower. We had problems with temporary employees coming to work every day. And when there's nobody there to process the invoices, there's no way to get people paid. We had one individual that manned all three of the email boxes. They had to physically print the invoice, prep it, and scan it into our workflow for processing for payment. Because of the lack of manpower and our inability to process invoices quickly, we lost a substantial amount of money in early pay discounts to our vendors. The types of things that we were looking at to augment our workflow was to eliminate the manual process, to get a process in place where we weren't dependent on people showing up for work every day to manually input the information. When we began to look at vendors for this particular process, we wanted one that would not be limited to just a standard invoice format. Because of the number of vendors that we have, we wanted to be able to use this process for all of our invoices and not be limited. The amount of personnel that it now takes to process our monthly invoices, where we had 7 temporary employees before, we're using like 1.5 persons to process all of our invoices on a monthly basis. Prior to implementing Distiller, our backlog was approximately 7,000 old invoices, and from invoices that were coming in daily, we would probably end up at the end of the day anywhere between 500 to 1,000 invoices. Currently, we clear all of our incoming invoices each day, so our backlog is pretty much gone to zero. Our discount target for 2006, we only captured about $1 million in discounts, and in 2007, we captured $16 million, almost $17 million in discounts. We also had a problem with duplicate payments prior to implementing this application, and that has gone down significantly. Because of the success we've had with the Distiller program, I think that there is opportunity to use this for other areas, more than AP actually. They're looking at processing HR information and things like that, so there's opportunity to use this application in other ways. There are several other groups within the company that have been positively impacted by our use of the Distiller program. Cash flow management, of course, we actually implemented a new cash forecasting process because we went from a public company to a private company. Also, we were able to provide more in-depth information to procurement as to how much spend we're doing with particular vendors so that they can use that information. So it's worked well for us in several different areas. Month-end close was a process where we had to really put some time in to be able to meet all the requirements for close. Since we implemented Distiller, we are usually done several days before the actual due date for close requirements, which gives me impetus to say to my boss, "What do you need me for? We have nothing to do."